What's up, everybody? It's the Anime Squad Podcast, episode 51. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David. Welcome back, Omar.
Oh, thanks, guys. I really missed you guys.
And I missed you too, man.
Yes.
Of course, before we start off, we of course have timestamps in case you guys want to skip ahead to any particular show that you guys are interested in. Feel free to do so.
Yes, sir.
Without further ado, we're here to end off some of our shows that we've been following.
Yes.
And, first off, that's we're going to be giving our send-offs to is RWBY, Volume 8, Episode 13.
Yes.
Oh, man. This is a heavy episode.
And what a finale it was. Just how the last episode ended off to like where we got here. It's just like, damn. A lot of stakes were really made out in this episode. And just first off, the fights have been really good now.
The choreography has finally been able to shine a lot.
Yeah.
We've been seeing a lot of really innovative like fighting between, and also a lot of interesting matchups too, like matchups that I don't think we've seen in the series thus far. Like we have Winter versus Ironwood.
Yeah.
And then we of course have like the rematches between Neapolitan and RWBY. Cinder is also like in the fray as well.
Yes.
So.
Fighting everyone.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like Cinder is just on a roll here. This is her episode.
No, it is. This is her rampage, and she doesn't give two Fs, and she's just killing everything on sight.
Yep. Does not care at all.
Not care at all, man. And just. Man, just a lot of deaths happen.
A lot of deaths, and I think the most important one, and I mean, like, this is kind of like a running gag at this point. But Penny dies, and I want to say that this is for real because this time she's not in a robot body.
Yeah,
she's in a human body, a human body that she didn't even get like a chance to even like embrace at all.
I know, feel her toes or anything.
It's so it feels like so. I don't know how to put it. It just feels so wasted, I guess, because it's like they had this ample opportunity. They were like hinting at the fact that, man, Penny's not a real girl, you know, she's a robot. Oh no, she's real to us. She has a soul. And within like a couple episodes after she got a human body, it's like, oh, I guess no, she's dead now.
I mean, she's always been the Penny that we all, grew to watch. And
yeah, she is. Yeah.
And just like to see her, fall. It's not her fault, honestly. It's just the situation that Cinder put her in, and it's just like, damn, man. It is the only choice.
Yeah,
and the situation she put everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess it is appropriate that the person that the Winter Maiden power has been transferred to is of course Winter.
Yes.
It makes too much sense.
To a T.
Yeah.
Well, I think she was meant to have it, but they gave it to her.
Yeah, the old lady, the original Winter Maiden.
Yeah, so I guess this was just kind of a setback. This was literally a season-long setback, the fact that Winter didn't get the Winter Maiden powers until a season later.
Yeah.
But here she is.
but it fits her well, like now, because like before, she was still under the command of Ironwood and like his orders, and we see how he turns out here, man. It's just him fighting her, and it's an emotional fight with Ironwood and Winter. It's just like damn, man, like you still feel sorry for Ironwood. He's like he's full in, like he's full like bad guy, I guess.
Yeah.
But he has his rights, and it's just like you just suck. It just sucks to see him fall.
It sucks the fact that he ended up this way. You couldn't go. I think it went way too much like this, man. He ended up being the villain, even though he wasn't a villain. They kind of made him into a villain in a way, by losing trust with others, that he just lost faith with everyone else. At the last moment, he had that tear that just which I was like, I really like the Ironwood character. I'm like, damn, man, like I feel really bad. Like, even though throughout this whole series, man, he was always for the people,
Yeah. Yeah, but hey, this kind of obsession kind of led him down the path that maybe in hindsight he shouldn't have taken.
Yeah.
And that's probably might have been reflected in his last moments.
Yeah.
But what did you guys also think of the death of what's his name?
Are you talking about the Buddha guy?
Yeah. The Buddha guy.
I mean, He doesn't stick out to me like from the Aesops.
He does not, no.
But I like the sacrifice what he did because obviously the bunny girl's dumb decisions to not listen.
Yeah.
And obviously Robin and Crow being dummies.
Yeah.
I don't know, that whole segment is just, I feel like they could have cut it, but they had to do something, right?
They had to make his character important somehow.
Yeah.
So they had to kill him off.
Yeah.
I guess so. It was an added casualty basically in the pile that we have so far.
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I guess, in a sense, it was important to see.
Mm-hmm.
But setup to what is to come in Volume 9. No more Atlas or Mantle because they now no longer exist.
Yeah, you got sunken like in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
And the RWBY gang's gone, man. They died.
A lot of ifs, ands, or buts. So the last after credit scene that they showed off in this episode definitely says otherwise.
Yeah. No, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, there's like way too many characters that fell in that hole. I mean, think about it. Jean fell. All the main 4 RWBY members fell. Neapolitan.
We get Cinder also. I guess being even more villainous.
Yeah.
She got because she was able to get the staff and the lamp. So
for the queen, I mean, well, for her,
for Salem.
For Salem. And the thing is that she pretty much, Neil Pollan, screw you. Arthur, screw you.
Yeah, Cinder's a solo writer. For real this time. And
she doesn't got any homies up behind her back anymore.
Hell no.
Not in this case.
This is a solo adventure now.
Yeah.
Dude, we're forgetting about the worst death, man. Why is his dad?
Oh, well, that happened last episode. Oh my goodness. Did we talk about him? I think we did, right?
I think so.
Yeah, we might have brought it up.
Okay. I just wanted to bring it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wraps up RWBY, honestly. Just where we go from here. Yeah,
so I guess experience-wise, we get to express our thoughts and opinions, our ratings and everything. I guess I'll start off. I think it was a little rocky all around, but definitely I feel like that second half definitely paid off altogether. It was it definitely felt like we're kind of going back into the flow of things. The characters are kind of like figuring out what they need to do and everything like that. So I think I don't know. I feel kind of like we're gonna be able to look forward to something with the next upcoming volume. So overall, I want to give this volume a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Omar?
I'm in the same boat with you, man. Like the beginning, I was just not feeling like, and then the group splitting up, and especially when like it was Yang in their group, I was like, why are we doing this? And then the one episode that particularly stands out to me is the one with the RWBY in the Weiss house.
The mansion.
The mansion with the Grim Reaper. And I was like, this episode did not need to be here, but I guess. But yes, that second half really does hold this season to me personally, like together.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's really strong. I think I like this more than last season. It's weird to me to say, but the second half really did like kick it up a notch. So yeah, I'm also in the same boat with you. 7 out of 10. But I am excited for what happens next.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all in the long run. With 8 seasons.
And then for me, this season was particularly weird for me because I'm like, there was a good part within the first part of the season. The first part of the show, mm-hmm. where they're like, damn. Most of our fights prior to here is like they barely by luck. They're realizing that they've been failing. Even though they've been winning, they kind of fell at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And now they felt it throughout the whole time. And that's what I got from the beginning first half. And that was fine. But then it built it up even more. Once the second part came in, that's when it got even better. And I really enjoyed it because then we get a little bit more on the characters and stuff. I guess the downfall for some of these characters is Crow and
Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, they didn't do much.
They hardly did anything.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite character throughout the series in general was General Ironwood.
Yeah.
He's been through a lot until the very end.
Mhm.
Who knows if he died or not? But it feels like he died.
Yeah. It'll be weird if he survived all that. We'll see. This show always surprises us who survives.
Yeah. And hopefully next season we'll see how Oscar and the rest of the gang are doing in the new location.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention about the new
And also
location.
RWBY and them and Neapolitan
Yeah.
in the island place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I give this as well a 7.
All right, all around.
All rounder 7.
Yeah, that's pretty good, honestly. All right, with that, we move on to the next anime we're closing off. Suppose a kid from the last Danjon Boonies moved to a starter town, episode 12.
Yeah, but now you don't have to say that full title anymore.
I know, but I'm gonna miss a little bit. That title, but yes, Lloyd comes in, has to save the day because there's a lot of evil things happening in this starter town, man.
Even though he himself doesn't really feel like he's saving much of anything. In fact, we even get the full-on detail behind the evil master plan that the Shoma and So have.
Oh yes, it's
And
so evil,
it's
right?
It's very evil, absolutely.
Yes, so evil to the teeth. We gotta tell it.
All right, so basically, Shoma wants to, of course, recreate this world.
Yes.
But why is he doing that? Well, it's because he likes Lloyd a lot. He thinks Lloyd is so awesome, and he wants a world where Lloyd gets to be the hero.
Yes.
And this experience, this episode in which Lloyd is basically kicking a lot of insect butt, is absolute prime video footage for both Shoma and So to just absolutely relish in.
Jeez.
Because they're his biggest fanboys. Turns out.
So they're being villains for just Lloyd to be a hero.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're like setting up for him. So
except one though.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's Dr. Yug who legit wants to take over the world, but unfortunately, she is power-wise. She's not up there with those two. They're doing that for their own reasons, and it's just mainly to make Lloyd look good. That's all it is.
And I think I like their twist of it. Like, yeah, we knew they were like the bad guys, but like since this is like a comedy show, like it kept the comedy with it.
Yeah.
So like it never lost his identity when they did the twist. So I thought it was, and with the bug lady, how she kept her true self, you know, sniffing panties.
Yeah.
So caring for the princess a lot.
Yes. So it was I liked it. I liked that whole twist, and you know, Lloyd saving the day, man.
Yeah.
He had trouble though. He
did. The golem definitely gave him a run for his money with the regeneration and all that.
He saw the man that he saw he was a real warrior.
Yeah.
What was his name again? We'll just call him Farmer.
Oh,
Farmer
yeah,
man.
the god of agriculture, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the agriculture tools and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saw him and that's what gave his
inspired
power.
him, right?
Him.
Oh my god, that character. That character's so something else. But yeah, that's what inspires Lloyd to be the badass that he is.
Yeah.
Is the power of agriculture and everything. So I mean, like, again, this anime, it doesn't fail to lose that identity. It's just all around just a hoot. And even like when because the whole biggest problem that the gang had was because of the fact that Vritra, the snake god, was trapped in that ball.
Pokeball.
In that Pokeball, basically. They were like, oh shoot, we gotta unseal him. And what's the best way to do it? Literally, get Selen and just have her just fangirl about Lloyd, literally nonstop at high speeds. And that basically got Vritra to unseal himself. Didn't need any like incantation or nothing. No, literally. Oh shoot! Okay, I'm unsealing myself right now. Just okay. Let's go. It's all good.
And I kind of like it because her identity kind of lost herself when she lost the belt.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm glad that she has it back.
I do kind of wish that like they kind of played around with that more. Like, you know, the fact that she didn't have her belt that made her. That means that she's vulnerable now.
Yeah.
Because she can't be protected. They didn't really do anything with that. I was kind of disappointed with that.
Yeah, good point there. Yeah, you're right. Like she wasn't like in danger or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it was handled pretty well all around though.
I think because this episode was more with Lloyd.
Yeah.
If anything, the girls hardly like were like the big thing
focus.
Main focus for this episode.
Cause even Mikona, like I legit forgot that she was still like in that bug form. I didn't even know she was like involved much.
Yeah.
Until she got brought up, and she didn't even say much at all.
No, she didn't say anything.
Yeah. So it was for me. I think it was the farmer dude.
Oh yeah.
Lloyd and the other dude. What was his name? The ex guy.
The very important crew member.
Yes,
the one
hero.
I forget his name too.
Alan.
There you go. Yes.
Yes, the one that gets all the limelight.
Yeah, he's like the Mr. Satan, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that wraps up that show. I mean, I think I like the ride of it. I like the experience.
Yeah,
watching the show.
It was a nice little show. I mean, it's not gonna be winning any highlights or anything like that. But as for a lighthearted show with a lighthearted premise, I think it did its job real well.
And that was the last episode for that. So, what is your rating for it, Robbie?
Overall, it is a competently well-made comedy show. I think I think the characters are they're solid. There were a few that I kind of wish were, I don't know, I guess given a little bit more time to be fleshed out. And again, with the whole gag with Lloyd, I think it worked out real well. I was afraid that they were gonna be like. That was gonna be like their one and only joke that they had to offer, but thankfully the characters themselves were able to carry the rest of what the comedy had in store. And again, comedy is its main focus. If you're looking for like any high intense like action scenes or anything like that, you're not gonna get it here.
No,
the animation is not suited for high intense action. I mean, it works, it's serviceable.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna be seeing any high level like Sakuga animation or anything. So. For what it is, it's great. I give it a solid 6. Okay. 6 out of 10. It's, again, 5 being the average. I think 6 out of 10. It's a little bit above average. It's not quite 7 out of 10 material. I was even, tempted to even give it a 6.5. But I think 6 is a nice place to settle it. I think, if and when we do get a second season for this show, I wouldn't mind watching it. I think it's, like I said, it's a nice little show. And it doesn't have to be more than it needs to be. So I think 6 is a good spot for it.
Yeah, I mean, like, comedy-wise, I think it did pretty well. Like, especially with Lloyd. Like you said, like with the whole shtick, like of him, like, oh, I'm not powerful, but like he does the punches, like they like you see it coming, but like every time he does that joke, it does it really well. So I'm glad that it kept that to the T. And the characters, I liked all of them. None of them were like annoying or anything. I thought I would get annoyed by the Bell Princess, but she ended up being my favorite. Yeah. But yeah, I think it is, like you said, it's a solid show. But if you ask me if I remember it in 2 years, maybe not. Yeah. But like I said, I enjoyed my time with it. I give it a 5.
Yeah.
5 out of 10.
Nice in the middle.
Yeah. What about you, David?
For me, the show was really entertaining for what it was. It kept me like. The comedy itself was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And of course, Lloyd was not my favorite character as much.
No.
It really, to me, it kind of annoyed me more when it came to the whole him being weak.
Yeah.
And he would look away sometimes. I think the comedy hit me more is the side characters.
Oh, yeah.
The side characters were funny. I enjoyed the side characters in general. And I guess I'm with Rabbi on this. I'm also on the music on this show was awesome too. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
I give it a 6 as well.
Okay. Solid
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
And on these titans of shows that we have here.
Yeah. And with that, we move on to our next show on the list. Mushoku Tensei, also known as Jobless Reincarnation. I will seriously try this time. Episode 11. This is an interesting episode to end it off of. It really reminds me of something like Konosuba, which also kind of has a weird episode count. This one does. This one's of course the same thing too. Episode 11. And it basically wraps up the Rudy and crew's time with this with this town. With, just kind of establishing themselves as kind of like this force to be reckoned with, and everything. But of course, this episode, while it did serve more as to kind of Rudy's goal and to kind of getting themselves out of the Devil's Continent, it kind of showed us his flaws.
Yes.
Good couple flaws.
I think the whole I guess wait a bit. I think that's where he messed up.
Yeah.
He should have just went in there.
Like, he had a good idea, but like his thought process was way too in line with stuff that he might have seen in his past life in shows or anime and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait for that perfect opportune moment, because like you always see in like those shows where it's like, oh man, he's coming,
Yeah.
and then like that's when the good guys come in and swoop and save the day.
He wanted his moment of like heroism, which in reality, I mean, I love how the show did it. It's just like there ain't none of that. Like you either act now, you pay the consequences.
Yeah, you pay the price.
Yeah,
and that they did, and the little Ginyu Force guys that we met in the past couple episodes, they lost a member because of that, because he bit the dust. He died, and Rudy couldn't do anything to stop it.
Nope.
It's too late.
Damn it! When he grabbed him though.
Oh yeah, Rijad?
Yeah, Rujard.
Yeah, he got real angry.
Yeah, he's like, you let a kid die.
Like, why should I listen to you now? Like, you messed up. And then like, I like that moment, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like everyone has their flaws, man. Like I even to myself, I expect like Rudy to do all the right choices, because he's our main character. But like,
but he's flawed.
Yeah, he's very flawed, and it's like that's
and
good.
then I like the fact that the Ginyu guy, the dude, no, please let him go. It was our fault,
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of think it's also their fault for being there at that time too, because
they wanted to prove themselves.
Yeah.
They're kind of like, I don't know, to kind of like put in relative terms. Remember the first episode of Goblin Slayer with that crew that thought that they knew what they were doing? They're like, oh, we're just plucky adventurers. We're gonna go in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, where they didn't know what they were getting themselves into, and one of their members died. It could have been all of them, had our team not come in to save the day, but it is what it is. And hey, even that orc crew that they were being bullied, that the Ginyu guys were being bullied by, they also paid the price too, and they didn't make it out either.
Yeah, man, that's a crazy first half of this episode. You're like, damn, man, this is not looking good.
Even that second half was getting heated too, because we were literally about to see Rudy lose his cool.
Oh man, that was crazy.
Was intense.
That
this
was
with the horse guy.
Yes, the horse guy was onto them, and like
he was being an ass.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to say it lightly, for sure. And to basically blackmail them, it's like, oh, you're gonna give us half your earnings, and then I won't do anything to kind of like to them or anything.
And this is to the lizard squad.
Yeah.
They ratted them out.
Yeah, that of course Rujard decapitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like that character, honestly. Like he's trying to protect the kids, and like he has his own reasoning.
He has his way.
And like, and especially in this episode where like he made the choices to reveal himself. He's like, oh damn, and like, because Rudy was about to, I think he was about to like apple him.
It's so cool.
He saw that too. That's why he did the whole hair thing.
Yeah.
Right. It's so cool because it's like, you know, you have a nicely like well-written character when you have like a character that's only been here like 3 episodes and he's already like he already has traits that you like about him, and you know you can kind of understand where he's coming from.
Exactly. And I can't wait to see like him more in the next part when we get
Oh yeah.
So.
Unfortunately, this is the last episode of this season, so we're not going to be able to continue this more, you know, going into spring.
Yeah. But
hey, summer's just around the corner.
Yep, it's not that long if you really think about it.
So what is your rating, man?
With me?
Yes, right.
Oh my goodness. So this being the godfather of Isekai anime, I mean, this had a lot of high expectations, and I feel like this show met quite a good number of it all. It definitely more than lived up to my expectations with all of it. There were some parts where I feel like, especially like the earlier parts, I feel like there were some portions of the anime that felt like it kind of felt a little bit too fast. Especially when Rudy first entered the Eris's family, you know, that bit. I feel like there could have been a little bit of more build up, I guess. But yeah, no, this anime is just solid. I love the characters. I love the animation. Oh, the animation is just gorgeous. Like this is something that I kind of was comparing to in my head with supposed kid to this anime, is that this anime just has stunning animation with, you know, its attacks, it's just everything. It's just amazing, and the world building is just out of this world.
Yeah, no, literally, like it really takes its time to explain the world building and make it not boring.
Right, and Rudy as a protagonist is just so refreshing to see, because not once do you ever not think that, okay, this kid is from a different world. This actually, the isekai makes sense.
Yes.
It is actually relevant to our current story, is that he's from a different world. He has a different outlook on things. And because of his mindset and kind of how he wasn't how he was basically a NEET his whole life, he had different expectations on what was supposed to come, and with that came consequences.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's taking responsibility, and you see growth. Anyway, I've been talking way too long about
man,
this.
It's good, man. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, and just like how we felt about this anime itself.
Absolutely. Overall, I give this a good 8.5 out of 10. Okay. I would have bumped it up a little higher. It's just, again, there were certain scenes that felt like it felt a little bit, not rushed, but it was a little bit hastened, I think.
Okay.
We'll get to the rushed bit later, but no, yeah, 8.5, man. This anime, I'm looking forward to that second season when that comes out in summer.
Yes.
I just want to keep following the story. It's just magnificent.
Omar?
Yeah, man. I mean, just like everything you said, I'm a steal from. but yes, seeing Rudy as our MC, it is so refreshing for an isekai anime itself. And honestly, I don't even put it in that category no more. This is just a great anime.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Just like the whole aspect of, we're not gonna forget about his past life. That's gonna play important into this new world that he's in. That's like, it sounds simple, but like when they actually do it, it's like, oh man, that's really smart of you to do that. and just like like you said, the animation, like the attack spells and like the movement of each character, you're like, damn. Especially in this last one, where like everyone's just doing those attacks. It's like, damn, this is crazy. This is good to look at. But yeah, man, it's just so entertaining to watch this show, and just like, oh man, I'm like you, man. I really want more of this show. It's just crazy. Every aspect we get of this show, and I'm gonna make it short and sweet. I can't wait for the summer for the second part, and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, man. Honestly, It really impressed me for an isekai. I gotta stop saying that. For this anime, man. That's how much I respect this show, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, man, that's my rating. What about you, David?
All right, for me, in general, this show in general, it was not different. You see how most of these isekais are. I feel like a lot of them gravitated towards this anime in general. So this is like the original OG one,
the roots.
and the thing that I really enjoyed about this one is that we got to see that he does in this show in particular. He everything from the Isekai is within his head. No one else knows that he's from another world. No one knows nothing about him other than himself, and I guess the god entity.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's just everything. His whole memories from the past and stuff like that. It's all on himself, pretty much.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about this show. Certain characters I'm like iffy about, but I feel like it's more of the journey of Rudy and him trying to change himself, make himself better.
Yeah.
Even though his etchiness comes out. Jeez. But the fantasy world is really enjoyable.
Yes.
Music I really enjoyed too. I love music and anime, and also the visuals on it too. The opening itself is not really an opening. It's a story pretty much.
Yeah.
But you hear the music itself too.
Yeah, it gives us introduction of the episode.
Introduction of the episode. That's what's really cool about that. What else? But yeah, I can't wait to. I actually had low expectations for this show in the beginning.
Alright.
Okay.
So this bumped it up already, and hopefully Rudy gets back to the castle itself. We'll see what happens.
See some of our older, more original characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get. I want to see how later on he's in the later on. Well, if there's a time skip later on, because I want to see how he grows. You know.
It's crazy. We stopped him right when he's still 10 years old. He's still a child.
See him develop even more, and I give this an 8, a solid 8.
Nice.
Cool, for first season it did well. An 8.
Nice. Very well.
Maybe jump a 9 depending how second season will be.
We'll see.
But so far I'll give it an 8.
I'm excited.
Yes, and with that, we can move on to the next anime, Horimiya, episode 12. This is not the last episode.
Nope. So no rating yet.
No rating for this one, but it's a very very good episode. I like to say.
Yeah.
Between our two important characters, Hori and Miyamura.
But before that, we have.
The show never ceased to amaze me, man.
Yeah, it takes so much into perspective regarding relationships, and it doesn't just go for the cookie cutter. Okay, will they? Won't they?
Mm-hmm.
Like again, we've already established that these two are already a couple. So what's the next best thing? Is to build around the other supporting characters. Don't treat them like nobodies, and actually progress with their stories. And in this case, to start off, we get the Toru and Yoshikawa arc, and we get to see that Toru, even though for a long while he actually, liked Hori and everything, he's starting to develop feeling for Yoshikawa, and it's like, dude, yes,
finally,
growth.
Yeah, finally, yes, and I like it was cute. His moment, it was like guys, I think I like her too, and it was like, oh, I think you guys were dating already.
That was funny.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
And like the whole little shtick, and when they're at the house, and it's just like, oh, are we doing this? Are we like a thing? It's like, it's cute. It's cute. I like to say. But yes, you are right. The side characters play a very important role. Like compared to like other love animes, it's just like it's a one-time deal. They're kind of done. Like we always keep coming back to the characters that you either love or you hate,
Yeah, I think a good example, which is, from an anime that we saw last season, Adachi and Shimamura, they also had like side characters and stuff that kind of had their own story going on, but this one I feel like is more interconnected because there's a lot more involvement between like the cast of characters, and they have like a evolving story.
You know what? It gives me a vibe too of Orange as well.
Orange, yeah. That's actually a good example. And hey, we saw that a month or so ago.
Yeah, we did review that.
Yeah. And definitely, I do agree that like Orange's biggest strength was the fact that it had a cast of characters, and it was their interpersonal relationships. They felt more like real people in that sense. And Horimiya also of course takes straight advantage of that.
And I find this this show even more cuter.
Oh yeah.
Like, I find it's so adorable. Everyone.
Every single character that has purpose and stuff, being in the setting that they are is so charming. They have so much that they go for. And even with the second half of and the funny thing is that we didn't even get a quote unquote resolution to what went on between Yoshikawa and Toru. No. It's just that they hung out and they were indirectly able to express their feelings in a sense. It's not really clear cut if they did or not, but that's how real life is. When you like somebody and you kind of get the vibes that they like you back, it's you get that connection. You don't have to necessarily make it into a big deal and say, hey, it's you make it all dramatic. I love you.
I love you too.
That's what we're gonna get for Hori and Miyamura.
Dude,
it was so nice.
Before that, it was cute with the Hori's family, bro. That was so cute. It's every I guess couple's fantasy. Once you're in with the family, everyone just loves you and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just loved every moment of that part.
I think what makes this feel so much nice, what kind of hits home, is the fact that Miyamura, pretty much up until he met Hori, his life was just so lonesome, and he was even considering just ending it all. Literally Hori saved his life.
Yeah, man.
And the fact that this is happening to him, it just feels so good, and he's able to change as a better person and everything. And when they took that step,
it's crazy too with Hori, because she was doubting herself too.
Yeah.
In this episode too, are we gonna get anywhere after high school, or are we done just here after high school?
Unfortunately, we only have one more episode, so we can't keep that train going, man. It's gotta stop somewhere.
And here it comes.
The proposal.
Oh, the question, man.
The question.
And it was cute. It was just it is like Miyamura to do, because how he confessed his love for her. It is exactly like that moment.
Yeah.
And so it really keeps to that character of him just saying it out of the blue.
Yeah.
And it's so cute. It was so adorable. And I'm glad she said yes.
Absolutely.
Oh man, but we have one more episode for that one.
Can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Same here.
So we'll see on that final episode.
And now we move on from good times to horrifying times.
Yes.
Oh no.
My god.
Oh no.
All right.
Wonder Egg Priority episode 11. Oh,
this
man.
literally picks up after the last episode.
Oh, I wish it didn't.
With the evil.
This was some creepy stuff.
Man. I mean, we get some nice background to everything.
No, yes, we needed backgrounds of the two puppets.
Yeah.
Or the Akak brothers, I guess.
Aka and Ura Aka.
Yeah.
Kind of what they've been about. I mean, to be fair, that one of them, I forget which one was the Firefly. Was it Aka or Ura Aka? The one with the glasses or one without?
I think the one without.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And with that, it's just that the backstory. Oh, it's just so sad.
They were playing God.
Yeah, man, and
they were
the one rule of anime, bro. You never play God.
No, you don't create a human being out of nothing, and they did that. They literally set up a super advanced AI. They were able to manually recreate the substances. It's Full Metal Alchemist if Full Metal Alchemist was actually successful in doing what they were wanting to do.
Exactly, man.
Oh my goodness, that's actually scary. Now I was actually on.
You got chills, right? You got chills. I got chills too.
Yeah.
Just you saying that, and it's just at first you're like, oh, that's wonderful. They have kids to look after.
I'm thinking back on it now, when they showed off what she looked like when she first came out. I think the fact that she was so unsettling to look at, I feel was kind of a sign.
Yeah.
That things were not gonna be great.
Yeah, man. But
the music itself too was creepy.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
It was unsettling.
Just gives that horror vibe that it keeps going for, and just that one noise I'm never gonna forget.
Oh god, no.
Before that, we also we got the what's her name? The
pop idol?
no, the girl. Yeah.
Rika? Oh, yeah. Basically, Rika. Yeah, in the beginning of the episode, it was this kind of the same thing where Rika was able to finish off what she wanted to do. Same with how Momo did. But again, it was the same beats. She got what she wanted, but the person she saved disappeared, and her pet, in this case her turtle, immediately got just absolutely demolished.
I wonder if that has a meaning.
I'm pretty sure it does. It's
Maybe.
like maybe again going back to Full Metal Alchemist equivalent exchange, where it's like a life for a life,
Exactly.
and absolutely just traumatizing, the absolute bejeebus out of everybody.
And
with
especially
her.
from all characters, like she was like the most strong one, like confident, like nothing's gonna harm me.
And
Especially
unfortunately, we had her wet herself out of fear, basically.
And then after that, we didn't get to see her, because then
we do a little bit, like in the
and
cameras.
they're not-
on the cameras. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying because it's literally the same fate with Momo, and just
they're
it's
broken. Basically.
Yeah, they're broken. And it's I would not recommend to look after.
No. But yeah, going into that backstory with the brothers, they created their own daughter.
Because the blue haired girl went into the house.
Yeah,
for once. Yeah.
Our main character.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
goes into the building and sees all this weird stuff. I was confused too. I was like, "What is this whole building?
What is actually in the house?"
This is the first time we ever stepped foot in the house.
Yeah, and it turns out that the house is, of course, tied to the backstory of our character of Aka and Ura-Aka, and so they create human life. They create a 14-year-old girl out of that, and things were pretty swell. But unfortunately, with a lot of artificially created people, intelligent life forms, story goes, new person comes into town, and things kind of seem a little dandy at first. The girl comes into the brothers' lives, and she picks one of them. They get happily married. She carries a child. But unfortunately, there are some seeds of doubt that spread, and let's just say that this daughter, Frill, that's her name.
Yeah.
She didn't like it that much, and she literally just kills the wife. Yeah, kills the wife. And thankfully, the daughter survives.
Yay.
Yes, and the daughter was able to give meaning back into their life, into the okay, thank you. Stop. into the life of the brothers and everything. But of course, sadness comes yet again, and as soon as the daughter kind of has that chat with the uncle, because again she was close to them.
Also, Frey ends up getting locked up in the little.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for doing what she did.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she killed the lady.
She killed the wife.
She was locked up and forgotten.
Yeah.
Or so we thought. And yeah, that obviously where you picked off, Robbie. The daughter. She asked us some weird questions, and then
She started acting like that girl, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then that's when the noise I've been making the whole time kicks in, and it just scares the bejesus out of everyone in this room.
And she commits suicide that same night.
Yep. And it flips both of them to insanity, craziness, to where they're at now of the study of what makes young girls suicide like that.
Yeah.
So,
Just out of the blue.
So Frey herself. Oh well, one of the brothers go inside the dungeon thingy and finds.
That's the uncle.
Or uncle, yeah, the uncle.
Because originally it was the dad that locked her up in the cellar, in the hole, and then the uncle comes in and finishes the job.
Yeah.
By burning her alive.
But
of course, that's not enough to kill her, because she is, of course, a sentient AI.
Yep.
That body is basically just a husk. It's a container. God, more Full Metal Alchemist tie-ins to this.
So that's where we get the whole girls dying a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, which now makes all sense.
Yeah.
It's all
Yep.
coming in circle.
It's basically A versus B. Aka and Ura-aka, who want to atone for their sin of creating this monster, versus that monster itself, because it turns out that those insect girls, the dragonfly that messes Rika up and the butterfly that messes Momo up, are basically
His other
Her
creation.
creations, no?
the creations of the
That was-
homunculi.
That was 4, huh?
That's so god, I gotta stop.
Yeah, there were 4. We only seen
Yeah,
2, and I
we
guess
only
it's
seen
one
2.
for each of our girls.
Yes, so.
And those are some ugly creatures. I just
Oh
wanna
yeah,
add.
absolutely.
Yeah, so we'll see if the rest of the girls can overcome this challenge.
Problem is, we only got one more episode left for
So,
this anime.
we will
so
see.
We don't know where this is gonna go, but
No, I think that's good. I think it's good to know, like, we don't know what's the next step.
yeah.
But I'm scared to see.
Yeah. Again, this is a horror. This is horrifying.
Yeah, very horrifying, but we will see next week.
Yeah.
And with that, we move on to the next anime.
This one actually did end.
Promised Neverland, Season 2, Episode 11. Yeah, it ended. That was crazy.
Whoa, didn't expect it, right?
We gotta split the formalities. The ending. This anime. Ooh boy, the ending. Alright, so the show, literally the story ends in this episode.
Yes.
But it felt like in this short 23 minutes of content we have seen the whole world basically just fly by.
Yep.
Everything gets resolved. Literally everything gets resolved.
Within minutes.
Within minutes.
Seconds.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we get Vexen's backstory behind why he did what he did, and Minerva is actually his brother.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But no, it's
And then the door itself was literally there.
it was literally right there.
Yeah.
They were literally on the platform. They just lowered it.
They needed a key, though. They needed a
yeah.
key.
What was
This-
the key, man?
The pen.
Oh, no way.
By the way, do you guys remember the little plot development?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the little plot development of the fact that Norman only had a few days or whatever,
Yeah.
what a limited
yeah,
time
the
to live.
quick,
Yeah.
the quick,
Never brought up again.
Nope. That was solved after when we found
Yeah,
out about the
'cause-
pen.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
he was they found it in the base or whatever.
They never showed it.
Nope.
They didn't show it.
No, they mention it once and then they don't make it. They don't do anything with it. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
And it's just, I'm gonna just say this is a big middle finger to anyone that watched this season
Yeah.
itself.
I kind of wish we had this podcast from the first season, because otherwise we would have definitely told you guys that this was like our top 3 anime of the whole of the season, and possibly even like the year. It was like a good running contender. It was such a great original take, original fresh idea. That first episode, it hooks you,
Yeah.
and throughout the season, it keeps you guessing as to what's gonna come up next. And this season didn't have any kind of mystery at all. And
Nope.
it just said it was just kind of like had everything on fast forward all the time.
I had that feeling since episode 3.
Yeah.
For me, it lost the whole tension. They had a tension a little bit when they were in the building, the what do you call it?
Oh, the underground
The
base. that
underground
they had?
Yeah.
base, but then they lost it after that, where it was like everything was speeding up a bit now.
Yeah.
We were losing story little by little. At that
And-
point, I was like, wait,
What's going
what
on?
happened here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to this scene? How did they get to this building?
Why
Yeah.
do we have a time skip?
What's worse is that like the breaks just never came in. It's like it was like they started and then they just kept going and
Yeah.
going and going and
And the thing is, it was so difficult for us since we don't know the story in general. Like, we didn't read the manga, so
Yeah.
this made
Yeah,
it so
this-
difficult for
this
us.
anime for sure is definitely not one of those anime where it's like, oh, you could just not read the manga. No, I feel like reading the manga is kind of imperative, but at the same time, I feel like it's probably going to be more prone to piss anybody off if they were to actually do it. Because, oh my goodness, if it did not feel cohesive at all.
No, not at all. Like a lot of the like, especially like once they got to the building, that's where they completely lost me, like entirely. And just like you said.
Oh, you mean the church, right?
Yeah,
Let's
church.
go to the ratings now.
Yeah, because
We gotta give our opinion.
yeah, because the epilogue, it's like, yeah, they were able to go in, but like Emma had to stay behind, and like, all this cool stuff that was going on in that credits.
Let me bring that up. That last 3 minutes really pisses me off because it's literally like them solving like a whole season of worth content, just like minutes, seconds, and they all live happy ever after. Like, what? Excuse me? You gonna just give me slideshows? They casually come back. Yeah, no problems. The demon world saved and the human world. It's fine.
Hey, but Phil grew up though a little bit.
Phil's the greatest character in the show.
All right, Rabbi.
Wait, was that your rating? Okay.
No, your rating.
My rating. Okay. I'm gonna cut to the bullshit. Cut through the bullshit and just say my rating is a 3. I think this anime, this is going off the legacy of what was the first season, but man, this season was just dropped the ball so hard. There were some good moments. I think like as far as finding out like the lore of, because I feel like the lore itself is not an issue. Like the fact that we get to know more about what the human society, the history between the humans and the demons, and the fact that there's a human world to begin with, I think it's cool. I like the concept of everything, and again, these are still the characters that we loved from the first season, and they somewhat act like they do, except for Ray. I feel like Ray's just there. He's just there. Yeah.
After the third episode, he did nothing.
He didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, other than that little sacrifice he did in the first 2 episodes, I mean, that was it. That was all Ray did. He was just basically Emma's wingman. Yeah. And that's a sucks.
Well, which I guess, like, if you want to think more onto it, it's like, yeah, sure. I mean, it was originally Norman that had Emma's spot, that had Ray's spot, and now it's the other way around, because Ray's been there the whole time now.
Yeah.
And oh man, Norman basically had a whole heel turn with the whole like, oh, I want to kill the demons. But yeah. So for me, it's a 3 out of 10. It is a significant downgrade to what I would consider is like 8.5, even maybe like 8.5 material for the first season, all the way downgraded to 3 for me. What about you, Omar?
I think this hurts me the most. I had this anime as my most anticipated of this year, and I kind of regret it after just how it treated people that watch the anime just like shit, honestly. Yeah. And especially in this last episode, I feel offended. I feel insulted, like literally wasting my time watching this anime. It's just every character that was built up in the first season are just, I feel like, husks of themselves, and it just sucks.
There's no tension either.
There is no tension. There's no build up. It just happens. It's just go, and it's like what David Me talked about like outside the podcast. Like it felt like the last season of Tokyo Ghoul. But at least in this case, I know what's happening. I know who these characters are, unlike that Tokyo Ghoul season. Oh my god. But yeah, man, it's just that this episode really pissed me off. It really, like, I was with you. I was like 3 out of 10. I like the lore and stuff, but those last 3 minutes just showed me that the people that made it really did not give a there, I said it. And it's a 1, bro. It's a 1 out of 10. Don't watch this season at all. I mean, I really still like the first season for what it is. Yeah. But just if you like the first season, that's it. Don't watch this season at all. What about you, David?
All right. For me in general, it hurt me as well. The thing is that I really enjoyed the show, but at times I'm like, I want to care about the characters, but everything got resolved so fast, and it really grinded me so badly. Like every single time I always see like one episode, they do something, and then it ends after that, and then we get through another thing, and then they travel to a different place way too fast. We don't get development with the characters at all. we got development in the first season, but we didn't get it right here, where everything was constantly moving way too fast. We were losing focus on the characters at that point and how they felt in general. We got certain scenes at points, but it really didn't push like for you to care for the characters as much. There was no I guess for me, I guess there was no threat.
Yeah.
You know, there was no threat in general. Everything was like nonchalantly moving so fast that you started losing the fact that there was even any danger.
Mm-hmm.
And the show, I have a love-hate for it now, with the second season, because I felt like this show would have done well, but after how the pacing happened and the whole everything just keeps moving forward, I didn't. It's hard to give my rating for this because I don't want to destroy it and give it like a 1 or higher than a 5. So I'm gonna probably end up giving it a 4.
Damn.
4. That's really
generous.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
know, it's generous, but
I know you're conflicted. You're
I'm
conflicted on
conflicted.
this. That's fine. You're disappointed.
I don't hate the show. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed.
I guess one more thing that just literally popped into my head that like I wanted to bring up is, hey, remember Sonju and like him, the curious about wanting to eat humans?
Oh yeah, that's dropped.
That's dropped entirely. Yeah.
Entirely, never brought up again. That he doesn't have that lust anymore.
I guess not.
What a waste.
Yeah, that was promised Neverland season 2.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
No, yeah, I wouldn't recommend this.
No.
Absolutely not. Even if you wanted to watch, even if you've seen first season, don't bother. Don't bother with this one.
At all.
Pretend it doesn't exist. It's fan fiction.
I
badly written fan fiction.
I'm gonna erase this after today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now finally, next anime we move on to is High Rise Invasion episode 5. This episode was really entertaining.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool. Change of pace.
Yeah, I think like what sold it to me is that like it's for the most part it's actually not too I wouldn't say like it's too heavy or anything like that. I mean, it's still heavy. There's still like deaths that happen with the old man's quote unquote family and everything, his crew. And all that, and hey, I mean, Yuri is also able to kind of take head of the situation herself with the oncoming fight and everything. But overall, I see like this episode kind of laid back a little bit with the deaths and everything like that, and it's fine. We got to know more insight on kind of like what the whole deal is with Nisei and her. The fact that she wore the mask and yet she's okay still. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. And it's just overall it was just a lot of fun. I like the fact that like we get introduced to more enemy types, I guess. That the fact that they were able to we have dudes that can control masks.
Yeah. I think that's cool because you don't know what to expect to see in this world, like what everyone could do. Yeah. And that was a really cool ability of the doctor guy. I think Kazuma? No, I don't know. Either way, but his ability to control not just one but two masks.
That was kind of creative too. He's like Ein is German for one, so obviously 2 is gonna be Zwei. Yeah, but she didn't do anything. She literally got shot and just fell.
That was funny. But that just shows how smart our MC is. Just like she waited till like the opportunity opened itself and just pow pow.
Like she's like she kind of plays off as like this cute ditzy girl that's like doesn't know anything, but like she could really pull her own weight. Like she's really creative when it comes to like these kind of combat circumstances and everything. And the fact that Kuon, her ability is insane.
Oh, I know.
She could literally be able to fire that giant spire, and it's funny too because I was looking at that. And I'm like, oh, that must be like the end game right there. Yeah. No, it's literally a weapon, and it could destroy an actual building. So that's insane. And then Yuri just using that opportunity to be like, yep, that's me. It's all me, baby. I could do that.
I did all that. Fear me.
I thought that's really cool. I also find it like it's a nice little detail. I kind of find it cute that like the doctor, he was like, don't kill me, like please, you could kill me, but please spare like Ein, the one that I like that he cares about her. Like it's not like a matter of oh, they're just all expendable or whatever.
Yeah.
They're expendable trash. Like he legit like wants to make sure that she's okay. I thought that was interesting.
My question is, do you think like they'll stick around, or they're just that one-time deal?
I think they'll stick around. Probably not for a little while. I think they'll probably just kind of they'll kind of go off, do their own thing, and then kind of like come in when it's important.
Okay.
That's my guess. I think they're going to play an important role. I also like the fact that our sniper is able to take off his mask when he needs to eat.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
So you read that question, it's like, how are they eating the mask?
Yeah, like that was a question I had. It's like, how are they able to eat without their mask? And yeah, it turns out they could just take it off for a little bit just to eat. So that's good.
Probably like a command, like from the mask. It's like, okay, you can eat now. That's the only way I could think of.
Yeah, I kind of also like the fact that, again, we've already kind of established this bit, I don't know, for a while. But the fact that the sniper is kind of becoming more of like an anti-hero kind of like character. He's not just actively after our main character's lives or anything. He's there, but he's just kind of like keeping an eye watch. He's like Meta Knight. Like in the shadows.
That's funny.
That's pretty cool.
Funny comparison. But yeah, man, I think it was a solid episode, honestly, all around. And especially like they go in depth about the god being a god candidate, like of the mouthless mask.
Yeah.
And the different types of masks that actually exist in the world. So that was cool to see. But yeah, man, I can't wait for more.
Yeah, I think I can definitely say that my opinion of the show has definitely increased quite a bit since we saw that first episode. The first episode kind of just gave me B-movie vibes, in a good sense, because not a lot of anime can successfully pull off that trope. But with these past couple episodes, I feel like the world building is definitely has been improving a lot. Like I'm actually invested in the world and the characters. They're not as dumb as you might think. They actually know what they're doing. And I can't wait to see more. This is definitely taking steps in gaining my favor, which I'm happy for.
Yeah, I think exactly what I think, man. Like the world building is really good. So yeah, let's see how our characters either get on the helicopter or main goal of a god. And with that, we move on to the next anime, SK8 the Infinite, episode 11.
Oh my goodness, this
skate is fun.
Yeah, this episode is probably my favorite episode of the series so far. I know we've said this quite a few times, but for me, this is definitely it for me so far, because Reki got his redemption.
Yes,
I'm so happy that he did.
Reki finally becomes the MC, his full potential. And it's so good to see him back, like to what we saw in the first episode, just him loving the sport. Like it didn't matter if he won or lost, he just loves skating.
Yeah,
and it's really cool to see, like when Adam rematches him, because there can't be a third wheel in this relationship.
Of course not, no. And I was afraid that he was gonna be like the damsel in distress, but no, it was basically like it was a grudge match.
Yeah,
it was beef.
It's a run back.
He was wanting. Well, I mean, it's kind of weird too, because like he destroyed him, he demolished him, like literally and metaphorically in that fight, but like in that race, I guess. I say fight. I mean, it is basically.
It was a fight, bro. It really was. Especially how Adam skates, man. It becomes a street fight.
Yeah. He goes for the death hug. He literally like pummels like Reki to an absolute pulp.
Yeah, and grinds him on the wall.
Oh my goodness. But Reki's like, nah, I'm just gonna do my thing.
He was just taking the beating.
Yeah. And that's cool. It's literally character development for Reki.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And the craziest the craziest moment is when Langa says, nah, he's good. He's still going.
Yeah. My boy's gonna go.
Okay. I guess we agree.
He's got faith, he's got faith in our boy.
And especially in this episode, it's cool because they showed us, like, other than Reki loving the sport, he knows his stuff.
Oh yeah,
and they use that to his advantage, especially with the weather, with the change of trucks, and like just knowing what to do in like certain situations when it's raining or like the weather's like out of whack, and it's just he used that advantage.
Even in the beginning of the race, it was really smart that like he was going slower, but he was doing it on purpose, so that way he could be able to widen the distance between him and Adam, so that way when the rain did start, then he could be able to just kind of go on his own pace.
Yeah, exactly.
He was predicting the weather patterns.
What a god.
I know. What I like about this episode is that even though he lost by a really narrow margin.
Yeah.
He was still the hero. Everybody was like, "Yo, Reki!"
Yeah, that was badass, bro.
Yeah, he made himself a fool. Adam. When he swinged his skateboard at
that was
Reki, and he slips and he falls into the mud and everyone laughs at him.
Yeah.
Ruin his pride.
Yeah, it ruins his pride and he looks defeated at that point.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the reverse of how the first beef happened with him. And like how Reki was destroyed. Now it's Adam that's really destroyed.
Yeah, and by nobody, no less.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, think about it. You went from Reki, because Reki, like, legit has not won a single race at all. Not against Shadow, not against Mia, nobody. And yet here he is going toe to toe with Adam.
Yeah.
Of all people. He's like literally the final boss. And he was super close.
Yeah.
To beating him. And even though he lost, even though he still lost against Adam, everybody was cheering on for Reki, and he even got his own nickname now, his redhead.
So yeah, it was just a great episode to see just Reki shine. Because throughout this whole podcast, we always mostly me. I joked about how he's not the MC. He's not the MC of his own story, and this proved me wrong.
Yeah.
And so I guess the last race will be just Longa and
Adam.
Yeah, it's what's building up. It's what's building up to.
Yeah, because his
assistant.
He dropped out. Yeah.
Dropping out.
Yeah. Don't you mean Adam versus Eve, bro?
Oh, jeez. Yes. Adam versus Eve.
But yeah, we can't wait for the final beef to this anime.
Yep.
And I can't wait.
I can't wait either. It's gonna be hype.
I can't wait.
It's one more episode again. There's another anime that's gonna be ending in one more week. Gonna miss this one a lot. But hey, at least we still got one more week to look forward to.
Yes.
But speaking of anime that isn't ending anytime soon, move on to Dragon Quest Dai's Adventure, episode 25.
Oh my god, man. Okay, just first up, I am so mad at myself for not being here for last episode because my god.
I called it.
Yeah, you called it, and Baron was so badass.
He was. Oh my goodness. He's by far one of the coolest generals so far.
Yes.
It's just absolutely great. Absolutely amazing.
I just had to make that comment because that continues in this episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it shows that how powerful he is.
Yes, man.
Versus everyone else.
Yeah, even like with Dai being on peak physical condition after getting that full heal from Leona, even after my boy Crocodile just absolutely muscling up that left arm to like this was his special beam cannon right there.
Yeah, it was.
This was his special beam cannon, like the Crocodile style.
Yeah, man.
It combines it with Dai's most powerful attack, and yet he's still there.
Yeah, he's still.
Baron is still there. He's still standing. He takes he takes damage.
Yeah, for once.
For once, he takes damage, but like he's like, shoot, man, I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm gonna wreck everybody.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
But Baron does something I didn't predict, which was really smart.
It was ruthless and it was smart.
It was like, so smart. Like he basically goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah, because he noticed that I guess the squad actually did something, and he's like, I don't know if I could keep this long because they actually work together. So I'm gonna use that ability to take out Dai.
And he wipes out, and with his remaining energy, Baron was successfully able to wipe away Dai's memories of being a human living in the island.
Yeah,
and everything else up to this point, he has no memory of.
That was upsetting, man.
It was.
Oh yeah.
It was kind of hard to see.
I was like, no, it's gonna be one of these. No.
Yeah. I mean, it was an effective strategy. I mean,
it's
definitely.
But damn, it sucked.
Because literally, Dai is like. He's literally like the pillar that's holding this whole attack force together, basically.
I know.
This whole group.
Pop tried so badly.
Yeah, and like you would think like it would be like annoying, like Pop doesn't understand the situation, but you get where he's coming from. It's like, like, Dai, we need you, man. Like, this is no time to be your baby.
Yeah.
Like, we need you so badly. Like, we barely got out alive. Like, I don't need you to die.
Yeah, basically. And to make matters worse, is that Baran is recruiting help from the other Dragon Knights.
Yes.
So things are looking very, very dicey for our heroes.
And my God,
not looking great.
These Dragon Knights look cool.
They do, yeah. You got the one for the sea, you got the one for the air, and you got the one for the land.
Yes. So I'm scared for the group.
Yeah. So we got more to come. Dai's amnesiac, no help at all.
Yeah.
We don't know what's to come. Like again, everything. It's all just a preamble to disaster, basically.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, just Baron like is a great villain for this.
I think
arc.
he's definitely like my favorite villain so far. Like before that, like I would probably say it was Hunkel, maybe even Crocodile. But the point about Hunkel is that he was he didn't understand his situation. He was very much in the wrong in understanding what was to come. But Baran, it's like you got him.
Yeah,
you know,
his motives, you know what he stands for, and there's nothing gonna change his mind.
Yeah,
and like he still wants to recruit Dai because that is his son. But you know,
Dino.
He will
Dino.
Yeah, Dino. So he will do anything to get him back.
Yep.
So it's tough, man.
Oh yeah. Tough. So we'll see what happens, but it's not looking too good.
We'll see if Dai gets his memories back,
one
way or another. And with that, we move on to the next anime, the last episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 24, and this is a hard goodbye to say. Oh God, because it left off with such a great note, man.
This last episode was so well done.
Yes.
You had the Yuji Nobara combo.
Yes.
Such a beautiful display. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolute display of like tag team action.
Yes.
That suits both their fighting style. They're working together, tag teaming. Oh, so good.
It is
so amazing.
It is so amazing. We get to see how she like really pulls her weight. Like she's not like the damsel in distress, or like
she's not like your basic secondary character.
Exactly.
She's not like your Lucy. Is like, oh help! I'm the fan service character.
She's tough as nails, man.
yeah. Like David says, she's tough as nails.
Yeah, she's a tough girl, man. I love that about her. She's crazy sometimes.
I love the fact that there was so many causes and effects. Like what would happen and this would happen and
it's all expertly crafted. It's the way that and what again to make the flow even better. You love the characters, you love the animation, the absolute ambience of it all, and this it just blends in together so well.
And we could see the fact that they actually could handle a S tier monster without anyone else. This time we were
even thinking like, oh man, like when they got cursed,
we were like, oh no,
like where's Gojo at? Why is he here? Like, no, we don't need Gojo. We're good.
Yeah, man,
because they found out how to defeat the enemy.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And it was smart. It was smart how they overcame that.
It was so satisfying when Nobara was like, "Oh, so you're saying that this is supposed to be a curse? You don't know about this technique." Boom! Put the nail on my arm. Bam! Now you can feel it.
Like, I guess I'm your worst matchup. And yeah, man, it's so intense. It's so crazy, man. Like, and I like the villains in this arc too, because you know they have that attachment as well, like, or as our heroes.
They got their brother bond going on.
Yeah, so you're like, okay, so everyone knows how to fight with each other.
I like the fact that they had a bit of a story. You don't need to know the whole plot from them. You just need the little connection. The little
connection that makes them kind of what they're about.
Yeah.
And oh my god, the fake out towards the end where like he was like, I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
And then like she's like, oh, You left your arm here. Would really suck if something happened to it.
And
What happened to you?
it's great because it's a throwback of how she used it last time in her last fight. So I'm like, that's perfect. That's great.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they use the flashbacks at points too, like little by little. Like it's a quick flashback, you know.
Yeah,
It's not like, oh look, remember the whole episode. It's like no, bam, and then bam, actually doing it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It does not waste.
It doesn't waste your time in
At
just
all.
retelling the same story that you've already seen.
Yeah, and I just want to, I want to point this out. Like the music, I know David, you always brought it up, but the music in this is so intense. Like especially in the fight scene itself, they incorporate the music with it. Like there's one part where like it goes beat by beat of like.
Oh my god!
That was dope. That was intense.
You feel I feel like you feel the tension within the fights in general, and this one impacted even more. It went way high. After
It went above
that.
and beyond,
Yeah.
man. Like you can see where the love is like so much put in this show, man.
Oh yeah.
And it's just
I want to get to the ratings because this is really top of all.
Yeah. We'll get to the ratings. You know, long story short, they were able to beat the bad guys. Everything. They made up with Fushiguro, and Yuji was able to eat another
another finger.
without his permission.
Yeah.
But yeah, ratings. All right, so this is going to be an interesting one because at first I was thinking about it. I was hesitant to do this because I was thinking, all right, easily 9.5 out of 10 at first. But I was thinking about it and I realized that there was not a single episode in this whole show where I was thinking, oh, you know what, this could have been better. I mean, obviously, you know, nothing is absolutely perfect, but by this, I would be lying to myself if I don't give this one a 10 out of 10.
Oh man!
It's a 10 out of 10 for me. There's not a single aspect of this show, and again, this is all subjective. Not everybody has to agree with, you know, what I say or anything like that. It's just how I feel. That this show is an absolute 10 out of 10, and I have not felt like this for a long time with a shonen anime such as this.
Yes.
Like a lot of shonen anime, they've been pretty great. You know, pretty great quality. But for this one to hit all the marks, it's beautiful, man. Just clap. I just gotta clap. Gotta applaud.
Oh my god.
It's just really that amazing. Go check this out right now if you haven't, please.
Marathon it.
Marathon it if you have to. It's just absolutely amazing. You don't have to wait like
But I think that builds the tension. Like if you were catching up with us every week, it definitely does not disappoint every week. It just keeps building up. And honestly, I am with you 100%, man. This is my first 10 out of 10. Woo! It is crazy, man. Like even if you were to nitpick it, like there's nothing I really want to like pick apart, man. Because even like, you know, when there's not a lot of action, like it's still great. Like I'm thinking about the baseball scene. That was so amazing, so funny.
It was.
It's just, my god, like the characters, like I give a damn about all of them.
The comedy, the action. Oh.
It just moves so well, and it's just like in a shonen I haven't seen in a long time, man. It's just, and like I felt it, man. I felt it when it was over. I was like, oh man, this is it. Like I'm gonna have to wait. We don't know when it's coming back. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come back, but it's just like the anticipation of knowing is driving me crazy already.
I know. Hey, we gotta announce. We got a thing to talk about, but not right now. Later. David.
For me, straight out the bat, 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
We're all in the same boat.
We're all in the same boat, man.
I was struggling with this episode, the last episode, because I was like, no, this is the last one for a while, man.
How are they gonna end this off?
I need it, please.
This is how you end a season right here.
Yes. And damn, it's been a while since I've ever been this hyped for a show in general.
Yeah, man.
Like the last show, I was so hyped that I needed to see the next episode, and then the next episode after that would be Attack on Titan, first season.
Yeah.
And this one just went up there, man.
Yeah, it's
the characters. I love the characters. They're all enjoyable. They're all their own like their own people. You know, they have their own like thoughts and kind of you know, in general. They're not the same people. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They all have like their quirks.
Their quirks. And I like
their
their
personality.
quirks.
Yeah.
Their personality. That's what I like about
including
it.
the panda.
Yes. The teachers, the whole we even got mystery within the show too.
Yeah,
We still
man.
haven't got stuff solved. That's what I enjoyed. What else? The music itself throughout the whole series. I love the passion what they have with the music, the animation, of course. This show gives me like Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, or like you know, it gives me that animation style. You know, the movements, the running motions too.
Man.
I'm like, damn.
I'll even say that like even reminds me of like Heaven's Feel with the movie quality that it has.
Yeah,
and
man,
the,
it's intense.
the effects and everything.
Choreography that reminds me of God of High School.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing too.
Yeah.
But this one just nails it like really good when it comes to combat. I love the fact that everyone's in the fight too.
Yes.
Like, when one's fighting, the other one's fighting with them. And it's not like I'm gonna stay back and see.
Yeah, I got.
Why isn't Yuji doing the thing?
Analyzing the fight itself. No, they're in it. They're doing combos together. They're thinking while fighting, and that's how it's supposed to be done,
Yes,
man.
I love that too. The fact that they think while moving too.
Yes, especially with Total, man.
Oh,
I'm never gonna forget that, man.
the little clap.
Yeah, that thing's legendary in my book. That thing's legendary in my book already, man.
So I really, that's why I enjoy this show. It has heart. It has likability. It has comedy. It has everything combined, and that's what I love about this show.
Yes.
I hardly saw any like down times, or like for me in general to be like, this was kind of
like a waste.
episode. Yeah, it wasn't, because everything was enjoyable.
Yeah, man.
And I can't wait to see more.
And I think what's amazing about this anime is that they were able to pump out such a high quality show in a 24 episode anime. It's not like they had like 12 episodes or anything.
Yeah.
They didn't do like a Kill I Kill where they like stretched out the budget or anything. They legit kept up with the consistency of the show for 24 whole episops.
And there was no lack at all.
No.
It continued. Even the music itself continued too. That's why I love to talk about it throughout the podcast. Because that's what got me into the show too. You felt the motion, you felt the movement. Everything was just moving a lot, you know. And that's what I loved about it.
Yeah, man, just so much to say about this show.
I'm pretty much gonna rewatch this in dub. So I'm gonna get the second helping this time too, to see it again.
No, it's stuff like this that like makes me love the fact that like we chose anime as like this medium that we keep up with.
Yeah, man.
This is the type of show that you wanna get a group with. You wanna go watch it and like share the hype.
Yeah, man.
It's just so absolute masterpiece.
Like I said earlier, we enjoyed it together. We had laughs. We had cries in a way.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
And it was a bunch of fun. The action scenes fun for a group. You could watch it on your own too, but it's so fun having with a group too, because you're just overhyped for it,
Yeah, man.
The hypeness just kept pushing.
Just I'm gonna miss it, man.
And that is my opinion about the show.
Yeah.
That's why I gave it a 10. It's my 10 to this show.
It's fine by me. I didn't even know you guys were in the same boat.
Nah,
I was kind
man.
of afraid though. I'm like, oh man, am I?
Nah, man. As I was telling you, I was like my head is telling me one thing, but my heart, like how I felt watching the show, told me another thing. And I went with my heart. I was like, this is a 10 out of 10.
Because I went into this thinking like, oh, man, I don't know if there's gonna be anything worth giving a 10 to, but this show.
I mean, it's our first one.
Different.
It's our first one, man.
Collectively,
for the podcast.
Yes, as a podcast itself. So this is the standard at this point.
So. Got Jujutsu Kaisen right here. There you go.
So, man, don't take long.
Yeah,
Don't take long for the second season.
well, anyway, we gotta move on to we got some other shows and announcements to talk about, so we gotta keep moving.
Yes.
Gonna talk about Attack on Titan.
Yes.
Season 4, episode 14. And this is gonna be a double feature, actually.
Yes.
Because
Combining both.
as you guys know, there was no new episode. Well, there was, but at the same time, there wasn't a new episode of Attack on Titan. So it got compounded into a double feature for us.
Yes.
Episode 14 is, oh man, so I think it's appropriate to say that this is definitely the episode that for a lot of people is the point where you kind of think, you know what, maybe Eren might have lost his marbles a bit.
Oh, lost? No, he's total nuts. He's crazy. Like, especially how he treats Eren and Mikasa. Like, after all that time they spent with him throughout their journey, this is how we getting. This is what we're getting. Like, what the hell? What happened?
He tells off Mikasa, being like, "Oh, you're an Ackerman. Oh, you're supposed to serve the royal family. Oh, of course, I ate the founding Titans, so you're gonna be respecting me, you know." And then you got Armin. He's just roasting Armin because of the fact he ate Berthold. It's like, dude, did he want to do that?
Yeah, he died. Yeah, he sacrificed himself. Now that I'm thinking about it, he sacrificed himself so you can have the opening chance to kill him. It is not his fault that he got, Berthold in him to get the Titan. He didn't want it.
Yeah.
He didn't have a choice in it. So that upsets me more.
Oh yeah, now that you're thinking about it.
Yeah, now I'm really thinking about it. Especially how last season, how they handled the episode. I love that episode, by the way. But it's just,
yeah, it's not great. It's really not doing Eren any favors, and the fact that he basically hijacked the whole place.
Yeah, man. It's just, oh man, like I was
war, bro.
Yeah, man, it's war, and I keep forgetting about that. But I'm just so conflicted. Like I when we're watching it together, it's just I flip flop on teams, man. It's just like, oh yeah, I'm with Eren. Wait, Eren did that bad thing. Okay, and I'm with our guys. Like, no, they're kind of dumb too. And I'm gonna go back to Eren, what the hell are you doing, Eren?
Yeah,
it's just
You're conflicted.
No, this is definitely like, for me, even when I read the story, I was like, yeah, no, this is when I'm like, Eren's lost his rocker. He's lost his marbles. I get he's the protagonist, but he's most definitely shifting toward the light Yagami protagonist route, where it's like, oh, of course, humans can become Titans. Let's just kill them all.
Yes.
We don't need them.
Let's just restart.
Yeah, war? War's great. War is the cause of killing so many people. That's what we need.
Jesus
Let's do
Christ,
that.
man. And then
So obviously Zeke is also in on it.
Of
course. Man, what an absolute underhanded thing he did. The dude literally reading, I read this book 7 times. How am I supposed to get into it? Okay, I'm just gonna run away.
Such an asshole.
Yeah, and then he just uses his voice to activate like all 35 of Levi's men and turn them into Titans. Yeah,
Levi. Oh
my God, man. Levi's like, honestly, he's gone through so much, and like I always feel bad for him, but like, especially in this episode, I'm just like, Levi just kills you.
Levi's basically the MC at this point now.
Yeah, man, he really is, man, because he's literally the last one. Like
he's been through too much. Man.
He's been through hell and back and hell again.
Yeah,
it's terrible, and especially that shot where like all the Titans are like attacking him, and his face says it all, man.
Yeah.
It's so hard to see.
He had to kill off every one of them while looking at them, being like, "Shoot, you were this guy. You were him."
It's like killing your own man.
Yeah,
it really is. It really is, and it's just we still get that satisfying Levi moment with Zeke, trying to escape, doing that amazing spiral dash.
Yeah, at this point, this is Levi 3, Zeke 0 in this game.
Yeah, man.
Zeke is not. He definitely understands that he is outclassed.
Yeah.
But of course, the episode right after that is all Zeke's backstory. Now, I want to ask you guys, what do you guys think? I'm not saying based off of like, if he should be redeemed at all, because at this point, I am with you guys. That has no influence whatsoever.
No.
But What did you guys think as far as his backstory is concerned as to why he did what he did?
I get it. I understand because obviously he also has a tragedy of his backstory and like how I like how he got the Beast Titan with the scientist Tom.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting because I thought Zeke was an alpha male. Like
yeah.
Like when he was over there, but it shows that he was kind of a loser.
Yeah.
And like his parents saw that and they hated him.
Yeah.
Ruining their plans and stuff, and just
he was literally designed by Grisha to be the chosen one.
Yeah.
Didn't really have that normal family unit kind of relationship with his mom and dad. It was all the matter of you're the chosen one. All you have to do is just get that Titan, be a warrior. You're gonna make it, son. You're gonna do this.
Yeah.
We'll be proud of you.
Yeah, and it's just seeing that his father's face of seeing him be dead last in the training regiment.
Oh God, that's
Jesus Christ.
It kind of shows like a reflection in a sense of like how some parents are with their kids, how much they want to expect from them despite their young age, despite the fact that they're still developing and everything. And at the same time, you also kind of get to see how and why he tattled on why he sold out his parents in the first place. And in a lot of sense, it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
But man, it's all just absolute. It's tragedy all around. There's nothing to put to
like
it,
it's still
really.
a shitty thing to do.
Yeah.
And you're like you said, you get it, but you're like, that's still shitty, bro.
Yeah.
And just like how he inherited the Beast Titan, it makes sense how he got it with the trust of the scientists.
Yeah.
But no, this is not a redeeming for him.
No. It not at all. Because like especially with his mindset and what he thinks saving everybody is.
Yeah.
Because at the very least, both him and Aaron's dad, their idea of saving humanity literally involved saving humanity, not like saving as, oh, let's just kill everybody.
Yeah.
That's the best idea. and then Aaron's like, yeah, that's fine.
That is a good idea.
That's a very good idea.
And they're brothers.
No. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
They are brothers.
They are.
Yeah.
I mean, it was already revealed, like, again, in that season 3 finale where we got Grisha's backstory, that like they showed off Zeke. That was the kid in the photo.
Yeah.
That was in the basement.
So, but now it's confirmed.
Yeah. Now it's legit confirmed.
Yeah. So
Zeke Yeager. Half brothers. Yep.
And then the ending to that episode was, I hope Levi's fine.
Yeah.
Because that, it was a cool way
not the horse though.
Oh no, the horse is gone. That thing's burned to a crisp. But I liked how his trap was set. Like you can't move, bro. And then Zeke was like, all right, then screw it, I'm all in. He's like, if it means to take you out, might as well.
I was thinking too. I was like, wait, why are you still on the horse carriage, Levi? That does not look safe. He could just detonate it at any point. That was my thought.
Yeah.
When
but like,
I was watching that.
He has no option. He's by himself.
Yeah.
So he's stuck. So we'll see if Levi made it to the explosion. Oh, I'm pretty sure he did, but you never know. So we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We will see. And with that, we move on to our last anime, our final rating as well.
Yep.
Dr. Stone Wars, episode 11. And this basically wraps up everything into a nice bow.
It does, yeah. And I think it was handled pretty well. Like, it wasn't action-packed at all.
No.
Again, this isn't Dr. Stone's, actual main strength. It's mostly about Tenkū and figuring out like problems and stuff that arises in this new stone world.
Yes.
And in this case, it's the fact that Tsukasa doesn't have much time to live.
Yeah.
I think this was handled really well. Again, this reinforces the fact that Tenkū is literally all about saving everybody.
Yeah. This changed a little bit for me with Tsukasa now. Like at first I was like, the character's whatever, but now he actually had more character here.
He had more depth to him.
More depth to him. And he made him more caring for the guy, you know.
Yeah.
And I think
at the final moments too.
The fact that he memorized every statue he destroyed.
Yeah.
Like he was like, yeah, of course I remember it. Like what I did, it was messed up, but I understood the weight behind it.
That's crazy. Like I never thought of that, like how he took it, and then the fact that he said it like that, I was like, oh man, this guy. Oh, that's crazy to even think about.
I had his back. Yeah, so I had his back.
That's what changed me. After
I'm in the same boat with David. It's like, because you know, we both thought, oh, he's a bad guy. You know?
Yeah.
But like, just the way how, especially the last episode as well, it's just he's a whole different character, and I love it.
Yeah, and it's not like it's betraying his character, like from what he was when he was a bad guy. Like it makes sense. Like he had a differing ideology behind what he was doing, and like especially with what the life he went through with the sister and everything, like this was something that made sense to him. That I don't want a world that was similar to what it was before, and I want to create a world where when my sister wakes up, that she could be proud of. And
he saw it through Senku now.
He understood through Senku's eyes that like this is what Senku was talking about.
Yeah.
And man, this is just so cool that like Senku is like, okay, I can't be able to save your life immediately. I did surgery for you, but it's only gonna last you like 3 days. And he figured it out too. And it's like, okay, you know what? Freeze drying time. We're going to put you in this refrigerator until I can be able to figure out to petrify you. Yeah. And that basically sets the stage to what's to come in the next season. And with a whole bigger cast now, because
huge cast.
Because even though Tsukasa's, and I like the fact, because I was thinking to myself, like, okay,
we're not gonna see him for a while.
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, like, yeah, Tsukasa is like, what makes him scary as a bad guy is that like he's super strong and he's also super smart. Yeah. How is that going to work if he's going to be one of the good guys? Because at this point, you basically have a all-in-one combo of both like Taiju and Senku. Yeah. So easy solution. Take him out. Yeah. Have him be incapacitated, and even though he's technically dead, he's frozen. So that way, it's like, okay, we'll figure out a way to petrify him. Petrifying is obviously a amazing solution to regenerate yourself. Yeah. And then we'll depetrify him. There we go.
And I just gotta say, that scene was really well handled.
It was
just like them just talking to like his last moments.
That's actually helpful in real. It would be helpful in real life.
Yeah. Less dying breath. You just talk it out and just.
I like the fact that now it's fully confirmed that like turning like being in stone has like healing properties. Yeah. Because now
that's cool.
Now I could be able to make a lot. Now I have way more parallels to bring out with the show Gargoyles.
Oh my god!
Because hey, that was the thing in Gargoyles. That was a in lore mechanic in Gargoyles that like the gargoyles, they sleep in the day, they turn to stone, and then when they wake up, they're re-energized again. Sure. They get their all their wounds and stuff that they had originally heal, and they come back. And it's the same thing here with good old Dr. Stone.
Yeah, but it makes sense too. Like, you know, due time. Like it's all a matter of time. Like just to get healed, especially how he went out.
And with the lung punctured.
Now I'm curious, how was this all done?
Oh yes, and that's what they're gonna tackle.
Yeah.
In the setup of
the next season.
Yeah, like who what was the bottom of this, and how are we gonna save it with science?
Yep. I wonder where they're going now.
Other side of the world,
the other side of the world.
America?
Maybe. Because they were in Japan, so.
Now they gotta build a boat.
Yes, that is the next mission, and that wraps up that season of Dr. Stone and rating time.
Giving our ratings. So overall, this was a solid season. This wasn't anything like too spectacular or anything. It didn't like. Wow, well, I guess it did. Wow, because it was a solid. Like last season was really solid. This one again just added more consistency. Again, can't say the same for Promised Neverland. This one was legit, just adding more lore, adding more of what we know about Dr. Stone, and it just overall it feels like a second part to a much larger story. And I'm anticipating to what that third part has to offer. I give this one a good old 8 out of 10 for me. for Dr. Stone. It's a fun adventure. It's overall it was just really cool to see the dynamics between all the different characters. And now that the Kingdom of Science is increasing, now we get to see more characters to come for whenever that next season comes out. So I'm just looking forward to it.
Yeah, man. I mean, with me, I think like this also was part of my most anticipated list, and I'm glad it did not disappoint.
Thank goodness, because it would have been really sad to see 2 shows turn out that way.
But yeah, it was a solid show, man. I enjoyed my time with this one, and just like it's like you said, like how the first season set it up, like it builds on to that with more, especially with the new characters they introduce of the other side, and how they're now in the Kingdom of Science. It's really good. And I just love the whole solution with Seku and Tsukasa. That I think I won't forget that in a while.
Oh yeah,
that's such a beautiful moment, honestly. So for me, also 8 out of 10.
Nice.
We've been spot on the ratings.
Yeah, we've been in sync with all these.
Yeah. What about you, David?
This season was a good season. I enjoyed it. I like what Senku had to do, the struggle he had to do throughout getting through Tsukasa, and by the end he manages to save everyone.
Yeah.
And he managed to save everyone, and that was the most important thing he needed to do in general. And he's gonna keep on saving people, and that's what I like about Senku. He's not the strongest guy. He's not the quickest, fastest man ever, but he's the brightest guy. And that's what I like about him. He has flaws, and I love that about the character.
He's a Shōnen character that you never expect to see.
Yeah.
He puts a lot of fate on the people he's with,
and of course science,
to help him, and science
and
as well. Science is the important thing for him. And I like the fact that the villain characters ended up joining him. There's Sep, the pink hair girl, and Mr. Twirly Blade.
Oh yeah. We still don't know about him, so I have a feeling he's gonna come up pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll see how he's gonna get out of that situation.
Yep.
Jesus.
But yeah, the show was entertaining how it was, and I give this also a solid 8 as well.
Nice. All right. Yeah, we're in sync. We're in the same wavelength.
Yeah, nice, bro. Nice.
Yeah, I didn't have any other from what you guys were saying. I was just keeping my actual score on me, so I'm not gonna change it. I really gave it this 8 because this is a solid show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. I believe you, man.
And I really had fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait for the second season.
Same here.
And with that, we end the animes and we move on to anime news.
All right, and then first thing to kick off with our anime news is My Hero Academia Movie 3.
Yes.
Gets its official title and trailer as well.
Yes.
World Heroes Mission.
Yeah.
I don't like that title. I think it's a super generic title for this movie. Then again,
we seen the previous first and second film.
We did talk about that one. Yeah. Remember our pilot? We even talked about how we saw that. We actually recently saw that second movie.
Yeah.
We didn't think it was okay. That second movie was okay.
Yeah.
I still think movie wise, I think the first one was still the best.
Yes.
The second one was it was alright.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's a fun watch, but it's not it's nothing to write home about. So we'll see where this one lies.
Did you like the trailer itself?
I think the trailer looks nice. It was kind of funny because when I saw the trailer, I thought it was supposed to.
It was the 5th season.
I thought it was a 5th season trailer, and I was like, oh wow, they're moving along pretty well into the manga storyline, because it really reminded me of what the manga storyline is gonna cover later on. And I think from what I heard, this movie is going to be tackling something similar like that, like the second movie did, right?
Yeah, I think it'll be a little bit ahead of the anime.
A little bit ahead, so
with their new stealth suits.
Yeah.
Which look very cool.
Metal Gear.
So yeah,
and apparently Deku is a murderer.
Yeah, he's involved in the mass murder case from the little teaser trailer we saw. So we'll see what's up with that.
Yeah, it kind of got me hype for that.
Yeah,
that was entertaining. Like, oh, what did Deku do? Or someone changed into him? I don't know.
That's a good guess there.
Yep. Falsely accused.
So, if you're a My Hero fan, look forward to that.
Yeah.
This year, I think. Yes, this year. And with that, we move on to the next anime news.
Oh, damn.
We just talked about it. Jujutsu Kaisen Zero.
The Jujutsu Kaisen Zero movie, which is a prequel anime movie that's going to be more centered around Gojo.
Oh.
So that's going to be really hype. And I think if from what we've seen of the trailer, because we haven't read the manga or anything.
Yeah.
What we've seen on the trailer, it seems like it's one of the curse users that is the bad guy. So it looks like we're going to be seeing like a prequel story of kind of like how that came to be. It looks like, again, I don't know.
We're just guessing here.
They're just playing guesswork here.
It was a small trailer.
It's just a small trailer that just confirms that it is indeed happening. We're all hyped for it, of course.
Yes. And it's surprising. It shocked me. I was like, wow, okay. I'm not complaining, but we'll see what this movie brings to the table.
Map is still working on it, so we're gonna expect good things to come in a much bigger budget kind of thing. Again, the show already felt like it had a movie budget with its with its fight scenes and everything. So I'm again my expectations are off the roof with this one.
We have very high hopes of this movie, so we really can't wait. And it is also this year.
Yeah. If this comes in theaters, you betcha Nelly we're gonna watch this movie.
We are.
Most definitely. I'll be there like day -1.
Whoa, come down, man.
That's how excited I am. And
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Very exciting. Very exciting.
We get to see the beginning.
Hell yeah.
Much beginning.
Heck yes. And with that, it pretty much wraps up our anime news, and we move on to video game news. And we kind of covered this news, but it's now officially revealed. The new Tekken 7 character named Lydia Sobokashi. I don't know. I really butchered that name, but
I literally just wrote her first name. Most of us are just gonna call her Lydia. She is a new character from Polish origin. She's from Poland.
Yes.
And she's going to be debuting March 23rd.
Which is out now.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy how time flows, huh?
Yeah, time flies.
She's already out, and here we are talking about her. But hey, I mean, it's crazy because it's literally like a character that they kind of teased in like in that one teaser trailer.
Yeah.
And now it's literally here she is now.
It's crazy because the way she fights is just like. I actually like it. I'm into that fighting style and Tekken in general.
Yeah,
like rushdown character, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm into that kind of character. I'm not a footsie guy or
grapple.
That's fair.
I like coming in and charging in.
Yeah, and that's
taking no names, and that's what I like about the character so far.
Yeah, she reminded me a lot of the gameplay of when they introduced Leroy Smith.
Oh yeah.
And like how he kind of fights like close combat with his fist and stuff, but like she kind of has her traditional kind of karate moves and stuff like that. So that I can't wait to get my hands on her, see how she plays, and yeah, man, it's an exciting time. I think this will be the final season of DLC characters for Tekken 7. I could be wrong. This season I did not expect it, so. We will see.
It's crazy to know that we got an original character.
Another original character. Yeah, so that's cool. That's very cool to see. And with that, we move on to next gaming news.
Yep, our next bit of gaming news is, of course, I feel like every week is just King of Fighters week because, of course, we get to talk about another new trailer for a new King of Fighters characters for 15. It's Yashiro. who is another character that is in like the vein of Chizuru, who is a returning character, but not from a recent King of Fighters game. Like Chizuru, he's also hasn't made an appearance in a King of Fighters game since 2002.
Yes, that's crazy to think about.
It is very crazy to think about, and I kind of find it interesting that they chose Yashiro to kind of introduce to like from that team, because the team he's from is called the New Face team, and it is again going into King of Fighters lore, it is the integral part of the King of Fighters lore that basically came about the coming of Orochi, which is like the final boss of like the first saga of King of Fighters. The one, the shirtless dude with like the snake tattoos and stuff.
Maybe this is gonna be a new squad.
We'll
Possibly.
see.
It's kind of hard to tell because like again, Yashiro, I want to hope that Yashiro and like if they do bring back like Shermie and Chris, that like that they don't come in as like pure bad guys or anything like that, because I feel like for their personality, just calling them bad guys doesn't really fit, I feel. I would rather them just be like these rival characters with like these cool kind of personas and stuff, because that's how they were originally back when they first debuted. That's how they were initially portrayed as, was like these characters that like this mysterious aura about them, and then they turned out like, oh, we're just trying to bring back our god and just trying to wipe out humanity and stuff.
Yep.
Genocide's cool, guys. Eren Yeager told us.
Eren approved.
So yeah, no, I mean like Yashiro is like his gameplay, like gameplay wise, he's a lot of fun. He's a type of rushdown tanky character. Yeah. That's all about combos, like all about like punch combos and stuff. Doesn't really have projectiles of any kind. Yeah. And he has this really cool like kind of not a grapple move, but it's kind of like a grab where like he kind of goes around you for a nice free cross up. So his gameplay is just a lot of fun. And I really hope that they bring in like his alternate like gameplay style, just kind of like as a throwback. Maybe not for canon reasons, but like just in general, because he is supposed to be like Daimon's kind of like mirror. This is kind of weird because we didn't get a trailer for Daimon.
Yeah, I know you're looking for that.
Yeah, because he's my cool judo wrestler.
Yeah, so hopefully he comes in some way. And but yeah, I didn't play King of Fighters 2002, so I don't have no history with him. But
and to be fair, I feel like he's been in less King of Fighters game than even Chizuru, and Chizuru's only been in like 5. Like Yashiro, he's only been in like 97, 98, and 2002 actually. So he's only been in 3. So it's actually kind of fascinating that they've even brought him back at all.
But that's cool though. That's very cool.
Oh, absolutely.
Like they're going really in deep with like characters that they haven't used in a while.
Yeah. Again, it's so weird because so far we've only been seeing characters that we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah, it's
rather
cool.
than just brand new characters. And I don't know. I'm down for it. I'm down for this.
Very true. I mean, hopefully we get a new team. We'll see. Because I do like new people showing up to the fighting franchise.
Oh yeah.
And but yeah, he got a new redesign too. With he got rid of the suspenders.
He doesn't have the suspenders anymore. kind of miss it, but I'm hoping that he still has the water bottle thing, where like after he wins a fight, he's like he just refreshes himself between each fight.
So yeah, we're looking forward to him, and hopefully we see his old team back.
Yeah, hopefully the game comes out soon. We're getting like these trailers like week by week. At this point, we're just basically a KOF channel.
Hey man, KOF has a big roster, so.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Gives us a lot of content. And with that, we move on to another gaming news, but more of a movie territory.
And it's definitely it's you. It's all you, baby. Take it away.
Oh man, I did not expect this. Honestly, it caught me off guard with this news. Ghost of Tsushima is getting a movie, and not only is it getting a movie, it's getting directed by the guy that made John Wick series, Chad. Just Chad. Yeah. I'm I can't say his last name. I'm sorry, but yes, I'm very excited because if you guys know me from the podcast, I can't stop talking about Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
It's my favorite game of last year.
You're getting love on this.
I am, man. Like I'm shocked. But I'm scared at the same time how they're gonna handle the story and who's gonna play Jin Sakai and like. What are they gonna take out? What are they gonna put in?
And it's also a video game movie.
Yeah, so it's also a video game movie. But I have hope. I have very high hope because the story was my favorite part of the game. So we will see. But I am excited. It's going to a director I really like because I love the John Wick series.
Yeah,
it's action packed.
It's like a match made in heaven.
Exactly. So I really can't wait. And I'm really like. I am so scared though.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And just how they're gonna handle with the visuals of the beautiful island of Tsushima.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so excited at the same time. I can't hold it.
Yeah, man, they did really well with John Wick. The cinematics too.
Yeah.
When it came to looking at the whole city and stuff like that. They were pretty good. Directions.
Not to mention the cinematography too, because like the camera angles in John Wick and stuff, and the editing style is just really top notch.
Yeah.
So hopefully that will carry over to this film. And
there's like a lot of hand-to-hand combat, so that helps.
Yeah.
With Ghost of Tsushima too.
Because I know in 3 they had some swordplay as well at the end, so I know he
knows. Sword fighting on the horses.
On the horses, and then that's on that glass wall scene. That was.
So I think they're capable, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We don't know if it's this year. I highly doubt it. So look forward to next year, 2 years from now.
Yeah, and. Moving on to our next bit of gaming news is going to be Melty Blood Type Lumina, a new Melty Blood game that's got announced.
That was also shocking.
That was also super shocking because this has been like the first new Melty Blood game in like about 15, 16 years. Decades at this point. So it's incredible that like a franchise such as Tsukihime has not been forgotten about, let alone the fact that it's a Melty Blood thing. I mean, we've talked about the fact that Tsukihime has been getting a remake.
Type Moon has been on a roll, man.
Oh, yeah.
They've been popping out stuff, man. Now, since they made their new studio, they're like, we're going to start putting stuff in.
Let's revive our franchise that we've forgotten about.
And Melty Blood is like, again, it's one of those gaming franchises. It's one of those like fighting game, video game franchises that's like, this was like the first Melty Blood game literally came out before Fate Stay Night, the visual novel, was even out. And all it was just that it was just an indie sort of fighting game that was based off of Tsukihime, that was a sequel to Tsukihime, and it just had such a great nice fresh coat of gameplay on it that was mostly modeled after like Marvel vs. Capcom and like the Versus series and stuff.
Yeah, because this was I guess the company itself was by
French
Capcom.
Bread, yeah.
Oh, French Bread?
Yeah, French Bread, yeah. This was their game that they had, and then that's when like after they were done with Melty Blood, they were like, okay, let's make our own IP. That's when they made Under Night.
That makes sense why their gameplay is very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, the gameplay from the last Melty Blood game was solid. It's super good.
Absolutely.
Super fun.
Now, what kind of made a few people concerned about this Melty Blood game is that there's going to be a few character omissions, most notably Shion.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because this game is actually going to have story, of course, because again, it is a Type Moon thing. But more importantly, this is actually a prequel to not only the original Melty Blood games, but also Tsukihime itself. It actually takes place before the visual novel, and this is basically like the very first Tsukihime thing. So hell, if you're just gonna get this game for the story alone, I'd say this would most likely be a good starting point to even get started, really.
Yeah, so it was very exciting to hear, and can't wait to get my hands on it. I just want to see gameplay, honestly, at this point.
I know, yeah.
It's gonna come out this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but it does no date yet.
And confirmed consoles too, which is interesting because the Melty Blood games up until this point was basically PC only, other than Act Cadenza, which is like the last version of the game, which came out on PS2, Japan only, of course. But yeah, this one's gonna have a worldwide release, and it's gonna be mostly on consoles. PS4, not PS5 or Xbox Series X at this point. It's mostly just the past gen consoles and the Switch.
But you could still play it on the PS5.
Yeah.
that you could play on the PS4 is a PS5 at that point.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So can't wait to look forward to that. Again, new Melty Blood game. It's just insane that we're even talking about this in the first place.
I have the physical copy of the game, man. I can't wait to get this one.
Oh yeah.
So hey man, any more new fighting games? I'm always excited for.
Definitely.
And with that, we move on to our last news. So very interesting news that we have here. Keanu Reeves. Can't get enough of him. We talked about his movies, John Wick, but did you know he made a comic?
Yeah, he had his hand on a comic book called Berserker. That is the most interesting way of spelling it ever.
And not to be mistaken with the other Berserk, the cult classic.
Yeah.
This is his own actual comic.
Yeah.
It's getting a movie, but I think more interestingly enough, it's also getting an anime attached to it as well.
And it's crazy, like this, because the comic's not all complete. It's only been like, I guess, 2 volumes or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not even done, but it's already getting so much love and support from like everywhere because of obviously the name behind it.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
So I guess the main reason why we're talking about it, I think, is mostly because of the fact that it's getting an anime. So we're definitely gonna be peeping on it. So whenever it does come out, we're gonna be here to talk about it.
Yeah, man.
Give our impressions on it.
I'm very excited because from what we've seen of the comic, it reminded me of like Cyberpunk, but if Silverhand was the main character.
Yeah.
And I'm still waiting for that the anime that Trigger's making of Cyberpunk.
Right. Yeah.
So we will see, man. I'm obviously we're all excited because of the name behind it, but like
I like the story so far. I guess he's trying to, what do you call it? I guess break off his immortality. I guess I think that's what it is. So he's trying to become human again.
Okay.
He's just immortal.
Oh.
I think.
Okay.
I didn't know much about this other than Keanu Reeves was in it, so.
But still,
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves.
It's an interesting premise for sure.
Yeah. So, but obviously hearing this news, I was like, whoa.
Gotta put that in there.
I have to.
Right.
And with that wraps up the news and the podcast.
Yeah, this wraps up this week's episode of the podcast. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like our stuff, and of course share our videos to everybody that likes our stuff or that you think is gonna like our stuff, and subscribe, of course.
Subscribe and comment and share everything we cool.
All that good stuff. And like always, my name is Robbie,
and this is Omar,
and this is David.
I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.